Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and do what was promised for last week's video this week, which is cleaning up some of the painted portions of this. We're gonna go ahead and get started on cleaning the intake manifold here, the lower intake manifold, and we're gonna show you how to strip paint off of engine parts that maybe they don't look good anymore. You want to get a good clean base before you put your primer and repaint. Well, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that here today. Alright, so this is where I am, and that's going to bug me. Alright, so this is where I'm at right now on this piece. This looks pretty dang good right now. There's obviously still tons of little spotches here and there that need to be taken care of, but this is what it looked like before. You can see that hard line there of where I had stopped, just so I could show you guys how to do this in a good way. So let's go ahead and get right into it. But the first thing you're gonna wanna do is get the right materials for what we're doing here. And I've got this Rust-Oleum paint remover, aircraft remover, which is just a really high quality paint stripper, paint remover. And that's what I used on the other side, in addition to using this wire wheel brush back here. Wait for it, and bam. You want to use that as well. That'll hook just right up to your standard drill. Probably be a good idea to get a corded drill for this. I've got a battery one, not a drill, and it gets hot and it wears it out pretty quickly. You want to do it outdoor. You want to have it in a box of some kind, or just like away from concrete floors or anything that is painted. And you don't want to get any of it on your hands. It'll burn. You don't really want to breathe it in. It's not great. So what I've done here is I've got some leather gloves that are just some crap ones that I found. The other thing that I have got is a respirator, painting respirator. I'll be using it in the future when I do paint stuff for this car, especially with the engine bay being totally disgusting. I'll be cleaning that out and getting a proper paint in there, and I'll probably do that myself for the time being until I can find a good color for the whole car when it is done and the body kit's done. So you want to use the respirator, the gloves, and probably want to wear some eye protection, because you don't want to be brushing this stuff on and have it fling up and hit you in the face or in the eye area. That would be really bad. They say about 10 minutes, I think, to let this sit on the paint, but it's a pretty cool process. Good old chemistry. So I'll set you guys up and get you going. You probably can't hear through this. Alright, that was the first pass. It does not smell good, so I'm going to move this away from me. But another thing I forgot to mention is that long sleeves might be a good idea as well when you're working with this stuff, because it does feel like it burns or irritates your skin even when you're inside of this box like I had shown you. And you saw how I just worded that on a little bit and then brushed it around and then applied it with a brush, and I probably have it a bad angle. I'm going to set you up at a different side to see at a better angle how I'm applying this stuff. It is peeled off pretty easily. I just gotta let this sit for a few minutes, and then I will hit it with a spray bottle that I have, because it recommends you wash it off just a little bit, wipe it down, see where that gets me, and then I might go another coat, I guess, or another pass with the paint remover. On a side note, I've made another purchase for a lightweight flywheel and an automatic counterweight for the transmission on this thing and the motor. And if you don't know, you have to use a automatic RX-7 counterweight, rear counterweight, in order to have a lightweight flywheel on the manual transmission, just to balance everything out. I have also found a seller for the fuel rails on this car that I'm going to need. It's a T2 S4, I believe, 13B. So I found stock fuel rails, and I will be able to get some of the, I think it was 2200 secondaries and like 1300 or 1100 primaries. So that is going to be just good stuff. All right, we're going to make our second pass over on all this stuff. You can see how much this has come off in just a single pass. I didn't make it exactly a good coverage last time, so this time I'm going to get in all these places here, work all this crap out.
So I forgot to click the record button on the last portion of this, where I was just going over it with a drill with a wire brush attached to it, just to get the rest of the crap off. So this is what the one side looked like that I had previously done, and you guys remember, but this is how the other side looks now. I mean, just amazing. There are cracks in here where you can see, like, obviously they're not shadows, those are still black paint spots, and those spots I just couldn't get into with the drill, and I don't think that applying more paint thinner is going to help me get rid of that if I can't get something in there to scrape it a little bit or agitate it. Planning on sandblasting all of this to get it down to a real good, nice, even spot, and then potentially hit it with paint. I kind of like the way it looks now, just clean, polished. Might throw something on there just to, I don't know, shine it up and make it easier to clean. But for right now, I think that's where I'm going to leave that one there. But yeah, I think that was about it. I think that's all I'm going to really cover today. Obviously, I'm going to have to take care of those the water pump and the 2 red irons that are inside. I think maybe there's 3 irons that are inside that are painted red that I'm going to be also taking care of. But I'm not going to bore you guys with doing that over and over and over again, so I'm just going to cut to this one side, this one half. Obviously it's not perfect, but there will be a little bit more work to be done on this, but this is just getting a basic, get the paint off of whatever part you're looking to get it off of. And then from there you can go even further into prepping it for a new paint. But we're gonna keep getting closer and closer to getting this thing running. Hopefully by the end of the year, we will see, but I will be recording everything along the way. So thank you for watching this week's video.